So we need to get one thing straight. The real estate market is going to crash. Yes, you heard that correctly. It's going to crash. And then guess what? It's going to appreciate all over again. And then what? It's going to come crashing right back down again. That is simply the way financial markets work. They cycle. The stock market does it. The bond market does it. All financial markets pretty much do it. The real estate market does it as well. All right, what's up everyone? I'm your man Wesley Guest, and today's topic is a good one. The imminent real estate crash headed our way, and if you should postpone buying a home since, well, who wants to buy high and potentially sell low? The next two obvious questions I think would be, so when is it going to crash, Wes? And is it a bad idea to buy a home now since the market is going to crash? All right, and I think it's important to note that throughout the duration of this video, I'm going to be using the term housing crash. So, but just so you know, when I say housing crash, I'm simply referring to a reduction or a depreciation of home prices or housing prices. So I'm not talking about a total housing market annihilation like we saw in 2008. All right, let's get to it.
So if you don't have to buy, why would you? I mean, if there's low inventory, prices are high, you know, I know interest rates are heading higher, so maybe that's a reason, but we could end up with a correction in this market, could we not?
Let's address question number one first. The real estate market is going to crash. If we knew when, we would all be rich. Or actually, we wouldn't because we would all know and so on. The truth here is nobody knows. There are many excellent theories out there, and some of the very brightest minds on the entire planet get paid a ton of money to try and predict when this will happen. But the truth is, any predictions are just educated guesses. It's impossible to know when. But consider this. Today's facts can be pretty convincing. So most real estate markets, including my own home market here in San Diego, are at all-time highs and increasing.
Are looking at all-time highs in prices. Already in February, the median listing price was up above $350,000. That's where we hit peak last year. It's extraordinarily early in the year for us to surpass last year's peak price. We usually have a dip in the winter for home prices, but we're actually already up above last year's price, and prices are rising at double digits.
The real estate market is riding a 12-year upswing. The homebuyer frenzy is getting its fuel from two things for the most part: low interest rates and a massive shortage in homes to buy. So throughout 2020, we have never seen mortgage interest rates as low as they were. I mean, like never before. Then came March of 2021. Interest rates are starting to tick up. When I say tick upwards, I'm talking 3.05% or so, at least at the time of this video recording. Check out how that looks versus mortgage rates for the last few decades. 3.05 is not so bad, right? However, it is not 2.5 or 2 3/4, which was the norm in 2020. That slight uptick has caused people to slow down their home search or maybe hit the skids altogether, at least temporarily. In addition, we just saw a change in mortgage rates for investors as well. This is a big change. Many times a home buyer buying a home or a condo as an investment property could actually classify the property as a second home if it was a certain number of miles away from their primary residence. That resulted in buyers getting slightly better interest rates or mortgage rates. The end result is we are seeing less investors who feel the margin no longer makes sense. Just that little bit amount, to some people that was enough to push them out and say those margins are too big. Most analysts predict interest to continue to rise throughout the year. So this is just the beginning. The end result here is we could see less buyers and an increase in homes to buy as buyer demand drops. That leads me right into question number two. There is a massive home shortage right now. Anybody who's been in the market, you know what I'm talking about. The nation as a whole is at or right around 2 months worth of inventory of homes for sale. This is real estate jargon, but it basically means it would take 2 months to sell all the homes currently for sale, assuming nothing new came to market. Not new homes, but new listings. Hopefully that makes sense. It is how we measure and determine if we're in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a balanced market. Right now we're sitting at about 2 months supply for the country. We're actually at less than 1 month now in my home market of San Diego, which is absolutely insane. We're approaching 0. 6 months is considered a balanced market. Seven months or more is considered a buyer's market, and that's when you start to see the prices depreciate. You'll start to see the short sales, and then come the REOs. If the change in mortgage interest rates causes buyers to leave the market here, demand will drop and the supply of inventory will rise. As the monthly inventory rises, we'll approach 6 months or 7 months, we could see prices drop. This seems like a drastic change when you look at what's actually happening right now, but trust me, this can happen quickly. Something to keep an eye on. This could cause a real estate market crash. That being said, is it a bad idea to buy a home right now? All right, so my opinion on this is going to be a little bit deeper, but bear with me. When you're buying a home, think of your home as a long-term type of investment. Although not really an investment. I'm going to get to that in a sec. Don't expect to buy high and sell low. Your life should dictate where you live and when you buy a house, not the real estate market. Expect your home value to rise, expect it to fall. By the way, in a market, if you're living in your house and you're not selling, does it really matter if it's high or low? I mean, it only matters if you sell. That leads me to my next point. Do not think of your home as an investment. What? I know you probably think I'm not saying that, but hear me out on this. It's not a bad investment. It's just not the best investment. There are way better options for investments on this planet than the home you live in. Good investments usually have a few common characteristics. One would be appreciation. So you got me there. Real estate, even the home you live in, usually does very well in the long term. Keyword is long term. It does in fact make more sense than renting in most cases. And that's long term, like I said. Short term can be vastly different. The second characteristic is going to be cash flow. Guess what? The home you live in does not generate cash flow. A home you buy to rent out as an investment property, that generates cash flow. Investment funds can generate cash flow. Stocks and bonds can generate cash flow. Your home you live in does not generate cash flow. There are great tax advantages to owning a home, but it's not generating cash flow. You should be buying your home first and foremost for peace of mind. You should be buying a home so you can make your home into exactly what you want. You should be buying your home for the stability, buying a home because it is and still is the American dream. Pride of ownership is still a thing. It is good to buy low, absolutely. It is good to sell high, absolutely. Is this realistic? Some people get lucky, I'll give you that. But as far as timing, the market, when I buy my homes for me, my family, my life dictates the timing, not the current state of the real estate market. Don't let the current state of things or the fear of a real estate crash turn you off from buying a home. This is really just short-term thinking, and you don't want to go there when you're talking about your house. You are in this for the long haul. So let me know what you think in the comments, or what you think. If you disagree, let me have it. I love all comments, good and bad. And don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button if you found this content useful or entertaining. I publish videos once a week, usually more. Have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next one.